Hello friends, welcome back to our channel IT India. In this video, we are going to discuss the topic user data which runs at every boot of the instance and advantage of user data in AWS. First of all, user data which runs at every boot of the instance. So you have to use this script to make the user data unable to run at every boot. In the previous video, we have seen that if we want to run any command, we just need to use this hash shebang bin bash slash bash. That's all at the start of the user data, and then we can run any command like slash bin slash echo hello world to this temp file. Anything we can run, but here what will happen? We have to use this complete script just to run any single command. Here command that is going to do actual work is this one only, which is going to print hello world in this particular file. That's all. And if we want to add more commands, then we can add after this command only or before this command, but after bash and before the symbol. So this is how it is going to work. And now advantage of user data. But before discussing advantage of user data, I'm going to show you in AWS console practically how the user data which runs at every boot will work. Will it work or not? Log into the console first. So we are in the AWS console again. Here we have EC2 instance running already, in which we had used user data itself. As you can see from the name of it, I'm going to change the user data in this instance itself so that we can verify. Meanwhile, I am stopping this instance and I am going to copy the same user data that I have shown you in the previous slide. You can use same one or new one or anything, but no matching instance found. Where our instance has gone? So here instance state filter is running, so we have to clear that filter because our instance is not running as of now. So user data, instance, click connections, you must be already familiar, instance settings, edit user data. You can see we are able to edit the user data. I have copy pasted the user data that I wanted here. So it is going to do this task only. Suppose let me do one more task, mkdir slash user data reboot. I'm going to make this directory as well. So we will see if this particular task is going to happen or not. So basically this is ideal way to mention the user data which runs at every boot of the instance, because ideally, like as discussed in previous video, user data is supposed to run at the initial launch or at the first boot only. But for special scenarios, we have this particular user data script which we can run to make the user data to run at every boot. So let's see if it is working or not. So instance is in running state now. So let me try to connect to it. Yeah, it is running now. Sorry, it is not correct command. It should be sudo -i. Yeah, now I am root user cd slash okay pwd, that is fine, ls-ldr. Yeah, you can see user data reboot. This has been created here, and when it has been created, it is 6:12, just 1 minute ago it has been created. So this is working, and now we had created one more file, that is /tmp text file. So let me get the content of that file. What is there in that file? Let me type the name manually, /tmp /test file .txt. This was the file name. Yeah, you can see hello world is there. This is running absolutely fine here. I hope it was helpful, but still we have one more topic to discuss, advantage of user data. So installation SSM agent on an EC2 instance. So as of now, you may not be aware about SSM agent because we haven't discussed that topic as of now, but this is also very helpful. Suppose you are not able to connect to the instance using SSH, or you haven't configured the SSH itself due to the security purpose, or as per your requirement, it could be anything. So in that case, people generally connect using session manager or SSM, I can say. But suppose it has stopped working by any chance, or you hadn't enabled the service and it got stopped due to some reason and it is not starting even after reboot, then you can use this user data. This user data is just not for starting the service, it is for installing the SSM agent and starting that as well at the same time. And in case you have enabled the SSHD service also, but due to some reason that is failing all the times, then you can use this one. However, for connecting using SSM, instance profile is also required. So we will discuss that later. But for now, starting SSHD service by user data. So in case SSHD service has stopped working, then you can use this user data itself. You can use this command to enable the SSHD and systemctl start SSHD. This basic user data. But make sure you have to copy these commands in the user data script that I have just shown you in the previous slides. Let me show you again here. The commands that I am showing you right now should be mentioned here after #shebang bin bash, because if you just copy these commands there, then it will not run, because for running the user data at every reboot, previous sample script is mandatorily required. And now server refused our key when I tried to connect to my instance using SSH. So you may have seen this error multiple times. If you are getting that error, there is some issue on the instance in the permissions of multiple files. So that could be anything like /home or EC2 user or authorized keys. So you can change the permissions of that to the standard one by using these commands. And why we are using user data? Because if permissions of these files have been changed by mistake, then you will not be able to connect to the instance. And if you are not able to connect to the instance, then how you will change the permissions of that to a standard one? For that case, you are supposed to use this user data script. And it helps a lot, as it saves a lot of time to fix the issue by using rescue instance for running the commands which you want to run every time when the instance starts. So there could be multiple scenarios where you want to run any specific command or multiple commands every time when the instance start. In that case also, you can use this user data script so that you are not going to run those commands manually all the time whenever you start the instance. So this was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great learning and please do subscribe this channel IT India.